Hello and welcome back to our gamer family. I'm Gamer Dad, and I'm going to be playing a game called Tales from Candlekeep, Tomb of Annihilation. It's a game I picked up on Steam on one of their summer sales, I think last year. Uh, Picked up the game and plus 4 packs, 5 packs maybe, of a different, an additional character plus some bonus content for some of the existing characters. I kind of played through part of it when I first bought it, and then other games kind of came to the foray. But I'd like to revisit it. I kind of enjoyed it. I think it's a fun little game. It's not particularly deep, but you know, uh, it's fun. It's a Dungeons and Dragons themed game, but it is not based on the actual game Dungeons and Dragons. It's based on a board game that apparently was released by Wizards a couple of years ago. Um, so that being said, let's dive into it. I choose an empty slot here. We are lucky that you are here. I sense within you the spirit of a great adventurer who might be able to help us in our most desperate hour of need. A terrible death curse, a wasting disease afflicting everyone who has been raised from the dead, is looming over the lanes of Toril. The source of this curse has been traced back to the peninsula of Chult, curse with a capital C. Will you help us put a stop to this malignant evil? If so, I will be your guide throughout your adventure to find a way to clear the evil from our jungles. Be on your guard, for I fear this journey may be your most perilous one. Port Nyanzaru awaits EKU. I'm not sure who EKU is, but I guess he's going to be guiding it. So I could do Classic. I'm going to do Explorer. The reason for that is that Classic, the only difference between these two is that Classic is every time one of your characters moves and doesn't explore a new tile, an event happens. This event is about 4 out of 5 times, about 80% of the time, is bad. The other 20% is either does nothing harmful to you or has a mildly good option for you. It gets quite annoying very quickly. Because every time you move, if you haven't, and in the middle of combat, you can't always be exploring new tile. In fact, oftentimes you'll be up against multiple critters, and you don't want to explore a new tile because you've already got enough on your hands. You don't need to add more critters to your problem. And then there's some cool puzzles that they've added here. That's what these puzzle tiles are that are fun. And if you try to solve the puzzle, basically every round that you try to solve the puzzle, and in some cases it may take, just to solve the puzzle will take 3 or 4 or 5 rounds. Each round, something bad is happening to your characters. Up to and including, just, hey, your character dies. That's just not fun. Random deaths are not fun. Death because you did something dumb, okay, that's fair enough. You know what? On me. Death because of a random roll of a dice, not really that fun. There's a lot of games out there that are that way. Just roll the dice, and if you roll a 1 out of 20, you're dead. And that's kind of the way that the Classic is. Where the Explorer still has the encounters, but they only happen when you do an exploration and not all for every single time. So it is, it's a little, in my opinion, it's a little more balanced. You still have that random chance into it that something bad might happen, but it isn't every single round, and then it means that you can spend some time maybe exploring some of the other aspects of the game. So we will do that, and then. And again, we can change the gameplay settings there. I'm going to skip the tutorial. I've already played through the tutorial. I don't think you want to see that. So let's get right in here. I'm going to activate each of these packs here. What that does is that gives a bunch of gold and some legendary resources. and some special abilities for each of these characters. Or some special weapons for each of these characters, sort of iconic weapons, or in the case of like the bard here, it gives a loot for that character. But we start at level 1, and at level 1 we only have one character slot. So although we have 5 characters to choose from, we only have a single character slot to come for. This is the tutorial, if I remember. Yeah, that's the tutorial. So I'm going to skip the tutorial. I may go back and do it offline just to get the rewards for it, but I don't think it's necessary. And let's see what extra. Okay, we got the extras. So that being said, let's click on the first module here. So that will give me 10 experience, which will give me probably not enough to get to level 3. 3 chests and 100 gold reward. And we'll start on normal. I guess we could do horrific. So, you know, one of the things that each round builds upon the previous round. So, while you might be able to defeat something at a horrific level, sometimes it makes sense to start at the normal level, defeat it so you get a little bit of resources, and then move up to it. So it's gonna, I gotta select a character. So I like Dragonbait here. He's got a really good AC compared to everybody else. And since I'm only allowed to choose one, somebody with a lot of hit points and a lot of AC is good. Now the reason this is so high is because his special item that he got for that pack that I got was a set of armor. So he gets a lot of hit points and AC for it. So that's maxed out for him. And then the other ability is capable of striking swiftly and repeatedly with his blade. Attack one adjacent monster, then attack one other adjacent monster. So that's actually kind of a cool ability, although... So it's basically a multi-attack, from your Dungeons and Dragons background. But it only hits on it's only got a +4 to hit. So it's not a great attack. So I'm going to select this one, banking that... on the other hand, that's just a lunging strike. It doesn't... you know what? I'm going to select this one. In case I get surrounded, maybe I get a chance of taking out a couple of different monsters. So I'm going to select Dragonbait. And we're going to hit start. I really like that image of the green man with the eyes that kind of glow. That's very cool. Alright, this should prove to be an easy task. Find the mushrooms, collect samples, and bring them back to Jessamine. So I have to retrieve 4 poisonous mushrooms. Which sounds like... So I have 3 healing surges, so that if my character is knocked down, I can get revived 3 times. If I get knocked down a 4th time, then that's it. Now, once I get multiple characters, I get 3 revives throughout the entire party. Once that 4th character goes down, that's it. I've lost. So I can, during my phase, I can move and take an action, or take a double move, or take an action and then move it. So the order doesn't matter whether the move or take an action. Since I've got nothing to do right now, I am going to take... I got an encounter. I've got some traps. Alright, trap. I got a 3. Poison dart. Attack and stuns the active hero. Now, I have a general... I already have built up some adrenaline rush. Boosts all stats of this hero for 2 turns. But I can also use one of these adrenalines to interrupt an encounter. So I think that's probably a good thing, since there's a skeleton right there. I am going to... Oh yeah, maybe. We'll see. So you'll see that my adrenaline went down a little bit. So let me attack this natural 20. either good or bad. When you roll a natural 20 on your very first round of the very first combat, of your very first adventure, that either means you've just used up all of your luck for the rest of the adventure, or it's going to be a good adventure. It's really hard to know. Oh, I got a Boots of Elvenkind. Of my loot. While wearing these boots, your steps make no sound. While in your inventory, when your hero discovers a challenging tile, you have a 50% chance not to trigger an encounter. Alright, so that little skull that popped up, that was an encounter skull. So had I had this, I had a 50-50 chance that I wasn't going to achieve that encounter. But since I didn't have it at the time, I didn't. So I lost the adrenaline rush there. So these are chests, so I've got a choice. One of the chests is trapped and one is not. So I believe if we can zoom here, in here, that you can see the skull. So I think, and I don't know for sure, is that when you see the skull coming out of a specific chest, that chest currently has the trap. So, so right now the skulls are coming out of that. No, now they're coming out of that one. No, it could be just hallucinating. It could just be purely random. The scully, floaty thing comes out at random. But since I didn't from there, I got a chest of gold. Which I don't know how much a chest of gold gives me for gold. But that kind of fits. So let me back out a little bit here. I don't think we need to be zoomed in that far for the whole game. So I finished my phase. We'll hit into. And I'm going to explore this phase. Another encounter. Villain phase. Encounter was interrupted by the Boots of Elvenkind, so I was helped by those boots. I took a point of damage. Alright, so the couple abilities for Shen here, or for Dragonbait here. If I get knocked down, I can regain a hit point and come back to an active mode without using a healing surge. So he's a good frontline fighter. If he can take a lot of the hit points, even if he gets knocked down, he doesn't use one of your healing surges. He also has the ability to bypass monster spawns. But I think in this case, I want monster spawns because they give me experience. And I do hit. I get 3 experience, so we'll see here, in order to get to level 2, I need 15 experience. Actually, you can't see that. It's behind my head. I need 15 experience to reach level 2. Here's the experience bar here. So I've got 10 out of 15 experience. And I got a luck stone, which I can activate to re-roll a failed die roll and get a +4 bonus. So, very cool. And 2 potions of healing, but I believe I started with those. Mushrooms. Here are the mushrooms that Jessamine wants. Now you just have to gather them up and you're on your way, although you should be wary, for these mushrooms can be deadly. Oh, lovely. So I'm going to try to do 2 of these encounters per episode. I'd like to kind of keep the episodes down to around 20 to 25 minutes if I can. I just don't know how long these take. Alright, so I took a point of damage and failed to harvest the mushroom. Okie dokie. Let's try that again. I mean, I've only got a 30% chance to fail that. And I can't harvest again this round. I guess that was my action. But let me explore another tile. I got traps coming out there. Traps. You can try to disarm traps by clicking on them while the active hero is adjacent to it. However, doing so costs your action. Alright, fair enough. I'm going to move over here. Attempt to harvest the mushroom, and I'm successful. And I will explore here. So we can see here, once I get my phase back, I've got a chest over here that I could get. It may have a magical item, it may have some gold, it may have nothing. It may also trigger an encounter, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. But I have to get by these traps, or one of these traps to get next to it. But I don't need it. I need the mushrooms. So let's see if I can harvest. Great, 19 on a harvest check. And that's it for that turn. Hero phase. Poison and mushroom. Alright, so I won. I said it was going to be easy. Let's bring those samples back. Okay. So I completed that. And I got 4 common chests. So I got some leather, cured leather. Oh, I got some uncommon as well. I got a little bit, a very small amount. And I leveled up. So I'm level 2, I received more common materials. And of course. So I've got a lot of gold. So this symbol means that I can now create. Here I can swap items between characters. So I'm not really going to trade anything. And here I can make items. I can craft stuff. Then I can see what I've got for crafting materials. So I've got a whole bunch of the high-end, rare, ultra, not but legendary stuff that I got through the packs, which means I can manufacture a decent item. So I think that certainly damage early on is important. The accessory, so you've got your main weapon. So I got this part of the pack, Radiant Vest of Heroism, gave me plus 5 to my armor class and plus 5 hit points. That's the reason I have such a high hit point, such a high armor class and such a high number of hit points for this character. So your main weapon is your primary attack. Your secondary weapons would be your daily powers, and these are bonuses to your daily powers. And then your accessories would be your utility powers. So we'll kind of maybe talk a little bit about that when we get back in there. So I don't have enough experience yet to get my next hero slot. So I still only have the one hero. But I can go here. And so that's the hedge trimming. So I can go back to the favor and maybe do it at hard level. Or do hedge trimming on normal. But we've also got these side quests here. Chulton Graveyard, Training Grounds, in the Vengeful Dead. So I think that, I don't know how long this has been so far. So let's just do the next one. And we'll do it at normal. So that's 3 rewards, 115 gold, and 12 experience. So that should be enough to give me level 3 and another character that I can add to it. So I will stick with Dragonbait. And let's press start. Alright, so Jessamine did not give us much detail, but the glimmer in her eyes hints that she might already be onto something. Until then, let's complete the task that she has given us. Alrighty, so I still have the one hero. That's probably why. It's probably more a reason why you do the tutorial level, is so that you can get that second character much more quickly. And yep. Traps. Okay. Oh, I can take a chance. You know what? Let's take a chance on a trap. Let's move up here and let's attempt to disarm. So I've got a 50-50 chance. Ha! And I take a point of damage for triggering the trap. Okay, fair enough. When you roll a 1 on your disarm check, I don't care who you are. That's it for my turn. So let's move up here and pouch of copper. And I wish it would let you see what a pouch of copper gives you. But it does not. I think it's gold though. It's like 50 gold maybe. In any event, we will. Alright, let's go explode over here. Let's need to got an encounter. 15. Ambush. Chooses the hero with the fewest hit points remaining and spawns a monster adjacent to that hero. Well, I've only got one monster. I've only got one. So now I've got 2 mobs after me. So I've got to find the village and kill. I'm gonna guess have to kill something. Maybe kill the village members, something. So I've got 2 critters here. So hey, let's try the swift strike. Natural 20. Yes. And 19. Oh. The RNG was kind to me that time. I reached level 3, so I got some more resources. And managed to... And I found a crystal ball. Let's see. Gazing into the crystal ball can show you what lies ahead. Cancel the next 3 encounters. The item is then destroyed. Very cool. I think I will hold on to that for the time being. And alright, we got another chest behind a trap. Let me move forward and let's... Hey, disarmed it. Alright. But that's all I can do this round. So I lost the adrenaline rush. Another potion of healing. So these chests can have gold or copper, pouch of copper, which we found in the last one. Items. I believe I can also be trapped occasionally with encounters. I guess it's not really a trap, but they can trigger an encounter. So this is a Cholton zombie, and it is so they have toughness, means that attacks from 4 squares or more deal 1 less damage. So they're kind of, if not immune, resistant to ranged attacks. So let us, and it seems to us give him an extra hit point. And I miss, just barely miss though. Alright, so he will attack me. And I'm going to attack him back. And I hit that time. Just 3 experience, so I'm at 5 out of 25, level 3. And I get, I reuse recovery on Dragon Bait. And heals 1 hit point. Oh, so I'm back up to full. Let's see. So I can't go this direction, it looks like. I think that's just the back of this main starting tile. Yeah, that's just the back of the main starting tile. It's not really a... In fact, there's a big tree there. That's why you can't go there. You just can't see it, and it's bizarre. You can't see it when you're close enough to... There, a little glitch there. But I've got it trapped. And... Alright, so that's about all I can do. I think that's just eye candy, yeah. Does not appear to be anything we can do there. No. So we'll move up. We can't do anything this round. But if I can disarm the trap. Oh, no. And triggered. Yep, okay, fair enough. Let's see what's back here. So we got another encounter. find a random object. Oh, nice. What did I find? Chest of gold. Oh. Alrighty, that's fine. Alrighty. Alright, disarm that tab. Alright, okay, nice. Let's see. I haven't found the village yet. That is a veggie pygmy if I am. Yes, veggie pygmy warrior. Plant melee. And hit. Okay. I have a very low armor class. But I'm only doing a point of damage, so they will resist. Now, like I said, that this is kind of counter. You often... Oh, and there's the village. I had better be careful. Because I've already got a veggie pygmy out there. You found the veggie pygmy village. If you defeat the chieftain, the other veggie pygmy should clear out of the area on their own. Alright, so apparently that is the... and he summons veggie pygmies. What? That's not fair. I can't run in... I can't attack and run at the same time. Alright, so he's got 5 hit points, so... I can see this being... getting really out of hand really quickly if he keeps summoning. Maybe there's a hopefully there's this limit to the number he can summon. If there are fewer than 3... Okay, so you can only have 3 veggie pygmies in play. Okay, so can't completely overwhelm me. But he is going to summon another one next round. So let me move up here. Ignore these guys. Although it would be good for the experience. But I do have this Grievous Strike here, so that means I can do 4 out of 5 points of damage. And maybe shorten this to 2 rounds of combat instead of 5. Which is what it would take. Nick, you know, at one point per an attempt. So he summons another veggie pygmy and runs. But he didn't attack me that time. Interesting. Oh, I took a point of damage. You know what? I want the experience. So let me take one of these guys out. Let me take this one out. And, oh, I got a belt of giant strength. Nice. And then I will move over here next to the chieftain. Fine. I can do another one. So I put a rock next to me. Hopefully that means few. Alright. The AI is apparently smarter than that. Okay. Fair enough. Oh. That's... Okay, I can't reach the chieftain in 1 round now. Oh, yeah, I can. Never mind. I'm being an idiot. He's right there next to me. So, let's see. Come on. Yes. Alright, so that will end this round. Great. You've made quick work of the chieftain. This will surely drive them back for a while. Let's go back to Jessamine and hear what she has in store for us. Alright. Complete, Ed. See what we get for treasures. So the treasures seem to be the way that you get resources. Oh, I got 4 common chests and 1 uncommon. Maybe that's how that works. Common, uncommon, rare, epic. I don't know. Like that, it's a pretty cool chest. So I got a lot of common, some uncommon. Let's continue to level up. Alright, so I made level 3. So, and oh, I've reached level 4 actually. So let's go back to the map. And there's the next one. Level up rewards. So level 5, no, next level I get another hero slot. So so now this next adventure I can use 2 heroes. Once I go up another level, I can use 3 heroes in the adventure. Sorry. So let's leave that there. And let's see. So accessory. So I got the loot here, which means I should be bringing this guy along because I do get more gold. Gold is what you need to make the items that you have. So I can do a flashing blade or a secondary weapon. So I think Birdsong will be the next character that I bring into on the adventure with me. Maybe decent armor class and decent hit points. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you enjoyed watching it, please hit the subscribe button down below and the like button, and leave some comments if you would like. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Bye now.